I keep trying to find words to describe how embarrassing what's going on with Drake and his fans right now is, but I'm just gonna have to spit this off the dome. Do you remember when people were saying that Drake isn't suing over the rap beef? This isn't about Kendrick. This is about him and the label. This is about him sticking up for smaller artists. This is about botting or something. Then it was about defamation, which is crazy because it's a rap battle. Bro really voluntarily engaged in a rap beef and then ran to the cops because he's like, that's not true, huh? How could you let him say these things? Drake really had his lawyer saying he was suffering over it. Good. I just find it interesting how at first it was about contract negotiations and sticking up for the little guy. Then it was defamation and botting. And today, in mid-August of 2025, a year after Kendrick has already won the beef, now it's about like retroactively trying to convince people that Family Matters and the Sharp Part Whipped are good tracks. They are not. Some of the rapping on Family Matters is good. The bars, not so much. Also, there's this.
That Drake is 37 years old and he says the N-word 37 times on this track.
Drake is never ever going to perform this song live. It's embarrassing. It's not because he couldn't do it. It's because it's bad. Nobody's trying to hear it. And don't even get me started on the fart part piss. Damn. It shouldn't even exist. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm rambling. I don't even want to talk about the case in detail. It's not that kind of show. I'm here to talk about Drake fans. Y'all got to do better. There is a time and a place to support your artist. Typically, my favorite time to support an artist is when, I don't know, they're releasing music because, you know, they're music artists, but I guess, you know, whatever. Y'all are cheering on document requests in court proceedings, and it's weird, and I would like for you all to stop, but you're just in time for Wing Wong Wednesday. Derapy. All right, before I tell you how stupid this first Twitter post is, I have to give you a little bit of background. So Drake obviously lost the beef, just a friendly reminder, but he decided to put in his Family Matters track that he believed that Kendrick Lamar's children weren't actually his, despite the fact that there's videos and photos of them all together and they all look like him, but whatever. Nobody really believes it, but Drake and his team of lawyers have decided that the 50-second document they are requesting in this lawsuit are all documents and communications relating to Dave Free and his relationship with Kendrick Lamar Duckworth and Kendrick Lamar Duckworth's children. Now, I don't know why Universal Music Group would have information about Kendrick Lamar's like gene pool, his heritage, his lineage. But the response online was a mixed reaction. Most reactions are like, why is Drake asking a record label for information on who Kendrick's kids' parents are? A person on Twitter says, putting Kendrick's kids in this lawsuit is disgusting, man. And for me, that tweet's not all that consequential. Like, the whole lawsuit's pretty egregious, but that's besides the point. Someone on Twitter who goes by Smiley, at 30GotNext says, Dear Adonis, but when Drake involves Kendrick's kids, it's a problem. I can't believe I have to explain this, but there's a difference between dissing somebody by pinning a letter to their child saying, hey, your dad sucks, and requesting documents from a music label to help validate a diss track from a year ago. I'm gonna say the same thing that I said about this on Twitter. One is a diss track, and one is a court case. In it. Man, y'all aren't even trying anymore. My problem with the Drake disses aren't the disses themselves. It is the quality of the music. I don't think anybody out here is seriously offended on behalf of Kendrick Lamar's children. If you are, take a breather, they're fine, like nothing's going to happen to them. But where the real Wing Wong behavior comes in is people actually trying to compare Kendrick making a diss track to Drake requesting documents in a court case. Drake fans, please, I'm trying to level with you. If you like the diss tracks, if you think Kendrick sucks, that's fine. I really don't care about that. Stop trying to make suing cool. You're suing over a rap beef. You can say that's lame and still like Drake's music. I really don't care, but y'all look crazy. This is a post from the r/Drizzy subreddit, which I have tried my damnedest to avoid, but today just feels like the time.
So Drake is trying to prove everything he said and y'all mad for it?
Mad at Drake over this? No. Ever since he summoned an armada of suits to try and win a rap beef that ended a year ago, I just accepted the fact that he's a sore loser who would rather sue than make another diss track. I am disappointed that you bird brains are out here treating document requests like dubs. what happened to shame?
Wing Wong.
To be real, this comment on Reddit is actual peak weirdo behavior, okay? So here's the setup. First of all, Drake's team is asking Universal Music Group to produce documents relating to allegations of domestic violence, violence against women, and other forms of violence committed by one Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, even though this case is definitely not about Kendrick at all. It's nothing to do with him whatsoever. This is totally about botting or contracts or whatever, but okay. I guess this is in service of Drake being like, I'm telling you, my family matters. This was based in fact. Universal Music Group has proof of these crimes that Kendrick has committed. I know y'all have it in like a filing cabinet somewhere. Just give it to me. Now that's already lame on its own, but this comment about this on Reddit is wild.
I knew Family Matters was all true. I knew it. I knew my goat wouldn't fail us. UMG said the rap beef was fake, and everything said was a lie to dodge Kendrick calling Drake a pedo. So Drake is saying, okay, prove I'm lying about what I said about Dave Free and Kendrick and Whitney.
Your knee's all right, bro.
Hey, bro, just zip it up when you're done, man. Now, shockingly, this comment actually has 107 upvotes. Over 100 people saw this comment that said, I knew my goat wouldn't fail us, and they were like, yeah.
Get a grip.
Now, fortunately,
Actually loosen it.
fortunately, there are actually seemingly some sane Drake stans left. A reply to this comment says, sounds like you want a family torn apart and a woman abused just to say Drake's right. You're too enthusiastic about this. Unfortunately, this reply only got 24 upvotes. I do think that this is kind of like a sobering thing to read. If you're somebody that is like highly engaged in this whole Kendrick and Drake thing, which I really wish people would stop being because it's been so jover for so long. It is nice every once in a while to be like, hey, you know, wouldn't it actually be nice if maybe it was just rap beef and maybe they were just flinging stuff? There are just a few Drake fans in the replies that are like, I don't know, man. How would Drake's people have that info but not Kendrick? I swear him and Dave Free have been seen together since this whole ordeal and they seem fine. I don't know, man. Other people are saying, why would the record label have documentation on the paternity of Kendrick's kid and domestic violence? Shouldn't he be looking at hospital records and police reports? Now, these replies have far less upvotes. The majority of posts in the r/Drizzy subreddit are people celebrating court developments, which just makes me once again very happy that I am an individual who is someone that can be honest about when a person is being kind of off, kind of weird, kind of funny, kind of funky. There are countless artists and YouTubers who I used to watch, listen to, and enjoy, and then I found some things out about them and I'm like, that's weird, that's lame. I have to look myself in the mirror and decide, do I still want to support them with my money, with my time, with my eyes, with my ears? It seems like there's a small fracturing happening in the Drake fan base, but getting out of an echo chamber is hard, especially when there's evidence of you online ever having liked a person or a thing that they did. People will try and judge you with that stuff forever. But that's just online noise. Like, at the end of the day, you have to stand for something. And I don't want to make like a big declaration about how I'm a part of the culture. I'm protecting hip hop. But I just think that there are certain things that we should all be able to agree on. Drake and Kendrick had a rap beef. Kendrick won, Drake lost. It really shouldn't have mattered that much. Not like us had like 1 million streams in the past 24 hours because once again, news dropped that Drake is suing over this rap beef. Drake stans seem to have this blind spot where they're like, you see how much people keep listening to this song, it's clearly botted, as if one, the song isn't great, it won 5 Grammys, but Drake is the one that is keeping it in the spotlight. The single most enjoyable and easy to listen to track from the beef is that specific 4-minute track. Euphoria is the best, but it's kind of long. Family Matters is okay, but it's really cringe. Push-Ups was probably Drake's best effort, but people just don't listen to it because they just don't care. It was the beginning of his end. I'm pleading with Drake fans to simply let it go. Y'all got Iceman episodes, maybe a cool winter album for you. Despite Drake dropping a track called What Did I Miss, he's actually been super busy. For All the Dogs in a 2023, Scary Hours edition, then he did a tour, then he dropped Push-Ups and Tailor Made, Family Matters, The Sharp Part Made Me Sick, Blue Green Red, SOD, Housekeeping Knows, Some Silly Songs for You, Crying Irish Freestyle, What Did I Lose, Which One Hurt Me. He's super active. He even had that tour that he tried to do or something. If I was a Drake fan, I would just keep promoting the new stuff, But constantly reminding people of the L that he took last year is just not the dub that you think it is. The result of this case, this court case, the lawsuit is not going to change the reality of Kendrick winning 5 Grammys off the diss record, performing at the Super Bowl, making $100 million on tour. Like, he's that guy. He won. He had a good year too. Drake had a lot of great years too, and he could have some more if he stops crying about this beef. And y'all have to stop enabling him. Stop talking about this like these are 5D chess moves.
Round 2 is in the courtroom. The red button is a team of lawyers. We're coming for you and those kids, Kenny. They're not yours, and UMG will help us prove it. We know what you did 11 years ago, according to this one random girl that said she didn't actually see it happen.
Hey, bro, just listen to the music. If you like the music, just say you like the music, but like, just stop dragging it, bro. Thank you all so much for tapping in. As always, please remember to
Like the video.
love you, mean it, spread the bread, subscribe to the second channel for more Derapy, and enjoy the outro by Call Me LQ.
Let's talk y'all for a minute. I'm on something different this time around. Check this out. Sometimes I'm writing over heads. I'm a school teacher in the old days. Focused on delivery, I'm Amazon in my own ways. For anyone talk about only lyrics and not making bops, I show my whole skill set before I even had an album drop. Did features, drop freestyles, and even open verses. Seem like having ways with words is more reflective writing than cursive. The value ain't as high, but there's a beauty in the art of it. Omega and the alpha, I'm the end and the start of it. Provoking the masses, incinerated with clashes, but kinda show through the glasses, and we don't fuck with no fascists. More transparent than a daddy with a sex change. I rack brains, murdering rappers, the mic is covered in blood stain. To remain refrain from change lane, develop and remain same. Don't game bang, but if you touch my cuz, remove from mainframe. I sustain power more than 4 Mustangs, we clutch things, but